All right, Izzy, let's check out some of your slalom free skiing. Um, well, start off. Fortunately, we got some habits that we really need to break. Um, to start with, we really need to think about edging our skis kind of from the snow up, meaning rolling our ankles and then our knees, and then if we're going fast enough, using hip angulation. But you kind of put your skis up on edge by really leaning in, kind of banking in or tipping in, and maybe using some hip angulation. But we got to start using knee um, and produce a high edge angle platform there to push on, because that is just sort of unfortunately, just sort of leaning in. So we don't get square enough and level enough. Secondly, we've got to stay on the outside ski. Um, you have a tendency to, diverge them here, scissor them. One's going this way, one's going that way, because we're not quite, strong on the outside ski. We're not confident that it's going to come around, so we kind of twist the inside one, cheat a little bit. It's kind of our crutch underneath us. You get the turn started that way, and then eventually, you finish it off. Once your skis come into the fall line, through the fall line, right here, you stop it. But that was better right there. But a little bit there, a little bit leaning in. And there it is again. So they've got to have matching angles. I mean, you can see the inside one is flatter because it's under you. It's just twisting because you're just not confident. Stand strong on that outside ski. You got to stand on it. And that's a typical kind of turn I see from you by, leaning in. And it ain't going to work on anything steep or icy. Divergence. So there's not a whole lot of upper and lower body separation. I mean, we really have to be square down the hill, letting the skis come around under us. We cross over them, but it really has to be a separate move. It should be slalom in particular, everything happening from the waist down. And you're all kind of connected. You kind of lean and rotate a little bit and start your turn almost with your upper body in conjunction with at least your lower body. Secondly, we tend to be in the back seat a little bit. Let's see if we can see it here. I mean, kind of, the hands are at our sides. We really need those elbows out in front. We're certainly not, really forward. And we got to be really in the front of the boot. That's sort of in the back seat there. We got to watch the amount of lead change. In other words, the amount that the inside foot is in front of the outside foot, because that's too much. Maybe a half a boot length is all we need. As soon as that inside foot gets that far in front, we're in the back seat. There's no way to push your inside foot that far in front without being in the back seat. You are on your heels right now. And this is sort of in the middle of the belly of a turn. Very little, ankle flexion. I mean, I've given you more in that diagram than what you have drawing. So let's think about making sure we pull the inside foot back. So what do we have to do? Well, we have to really concentrate on learning a new way almost to edge our skis. We're going to have to use a a lot more knee angulation, using the ankles first, knees, roll them up. Their first move should be to establish a high edge angle platform on both skis matching, and then push against that outside ski. And you got to push hard. And if we do that, maybe the divergence here will disappear, because if you got them both up, rolled up high at the top of the turn, then you can't really twist the inside ski. And lastly, we got to make sure that we pull the inside foot back, and we are in the front of the boot. So, it's a pretty big habit to break, I think. That kind of the way you edge your skis, but, it's going to be important to become a better skier. So those are my thoughts, Izzy. Let's talk more on the hill, and hopefully those will help.